All right, good day, and welcome to another BowmanWebServices.com video. Today's video is about SEO, and really specifically Daytona Beach SEO and Daytona Beach website development. And so before you go and pay anybody, including me, you want to know that first off that they're going to actually build something for you. And so there's a couple ways to make money. Okay, you can develop a website, you can develop like a Facebook or social network, or you can just create a landing page. And you can create an AdWords. And so let's just take a quick second and let me just sell you on the idea of testing people's skills and making sure that you're getting somebody that's actually going to build you something. And so that's what I do. I develop a website. And so if you give me just 5 minutes, I'll explain to you what I mean by developing a website and how I can prove on a weekly basis that the thing is growing, right? There are things called Search Console, okay? Search Console, and it tracks every visitor and every impression on the World Wide Web across Google, right? And it'll tell me all kinds of data. And so that data gets better and better the older and the more SEO that a website does, right? Now, before you get all excited, know that SEO might not be for you. The truth is, you might be like, hey, Tom, here's my domain. I'm looking to rank for dog biscuits. And I'm just going to tell you, hey, when I go out here and I do some strategic research before you start and spend a nickel, right? You got to know that, hey, is it even possible? First off, you got to have a way to generate the leads, right? So at the end of the day, you could very well go to Google, create a Google AdWords account. As long as somebody knows what they're doing when they set it up, it really will work. And really, you can have it set up for 3, 4, 5, $10 a day. If you're small, I don't want to say small fish, but small business, right? And really, monthly, it might only cost you $100 to run ads. And so it may be very cost effective depending on when people click through these ads and it actually charges you, like that 41 cents, right? How many times do they come to your website and actually how many does it take to buy something, right? And so there's a whole game here. And so at the end of the day, know that you can also do SEO, and if you are currently ranking for different things, you can amplify those results, because at the end of the day, on Google, there's only like 10 generic search results, and there's anywhere from 1 to 4 paid search results. And then on certain searches, you'll have the maps, or what they call Google My Business, right? If you're playing all those different things, if you're building up, and again, web development, right? Build up your Google My Business. It has to be built up, right? You're adding stuff to it. It's constantly it's not something you just build once and bang, I paid $99 and somebody set it up for me. No, okay? Because I can go in and I can look at that and I can tell you, hey, they really didn't do the work. Or they just really poorly set it up. And here's what I mean. Web development. Before you go down SEO, stick with what you're doing here as far as AdWords, okay, or Facebook, or if you found some way to trickle money into your company, keep that going, all right, because at the end of the day, SEO takes a long time, and SEO makes it sound like, oh, gee, it's a thing, like SEO, it's $9.95, right? No, SEO is like 50 things, and you're developing each one of those things to a certain extent, right? And here's what I mean. Here's the website that you're on right now. This website's going to be all about how to rank, or ranking content, or web development in Daytona Beach, right? Make sure I say that a bunch of times, because this very video is highly relevant, right, to the homepage of this website. Now, this homepage is going to target Daytona Beach web services and about like 20 different ways, right? What do I mean? Okay, 20 different ways. There are 20 different keyword phrases that have like Daytona Beach in it, right? Daytona Beach SEO, Daytona Beach web marketing, Daytona Beach marketing, Daytona Beach strategy, Daytona Beach consulting, right? Take a breath, right? And so in order, if you're going to take a market and you're going to create an SEO based lead generation system, right, you must be strategic and you must have a plan, right? And so this homepage, I'm telling you right now, is going to rank, and currently does rank, all across Daytona Beach, all right? And it's getting better. I'm telling you what, I'm sitting here looking at the stats consistently, all right? Consistently looking at the stats. And so, you can see that, I have a little thing cooking. And so I can tell you this thing's really was just reset here about 4 months ago. So really, the website is almost 2 years old, but really I really wasn't selling web services to people, right? I know, like, what? I was doing this for myself. I built my own websites. I had a thing going in travel and tourism. I have a handyman thing going. I always rank in the top. So right now you can Google Daytona Beach gutter cleaning, stuff like that. I think I take all the search results in and around that. You know what I mean? It's just in small markets, it's really easy to just take over. And then I'm going to take over something like 4 or 5 spaces on that first page of Google, right? So now, if there's only 14 possibilities, you control 6 of them. I know. That's something to think about. And so I'm that strategic that I know exactly what I'm targeting. And so here you go. Okay. Homepage is actually targeting Daytona Beach Shores, South Daytona, right? Those things are going to fall into this page. And really, if you go way down here, you can actually see the other pages that I'm building up. And again, developing a web resource under a specific set of keyword phrases so that it fishes in a specific market, right? For specific things. Yes. Okay. So, same page you're looking at, the home page, right? And it also, that home page it is a page, but when it's posted as the home page, it has a different permalink, right? So that is the home page. And then I do have, a Ponce Inlet, a New Smyrna Beach, a Ormond Beach page. And so I have really 4 different web properties or web pages within a single web property that I am actually ranking across the Daytona Beach market, right? For somewhere around 120 keyword phrases, right? I have an exact, I know what I am after and how I'm going to get there. And so this very video you're seeing right now is all about Daytona Beach because I need to boost that page. So I'm trying to sell you some services at the same time. This page, it was built 2 or 3 months ago, has been modified 2 or 3 times, and every time I make a modification, it gets a different something, right? Now I'm showing you like over a year's time, but this really wasn't doing anything for a year, and until like November this past year, I kicked it in because of COVID, and I'm like, oh my God, we're all gonna die. I need web service. I gotta start selling my service. So now I'm selling to the public, and I'm really that good. Okay, and so what I mean is, look at that. Is that beautiful? There's a couple of years right there. And so this is travel and tourism, right? And so you can see travel and tourism drops off a cliff, and so there goes an entire stream of income. So that's why I'm now offering you. And see, it just started coming back, and I'm just not certain. I might just sell that particular entity at some point. But I want you to know that, see again, I really not trying to hustle anybody. I'm only going to work for like 5, 10, 15, maybe 20 companies. I'm willing to take a little piece. Give me a little bit of money every month. Give me a little bit of money. And then you give me a piece as I produce. And I'm telling you, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to build, right? I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. But I want you to know, before you head down through the SEO world, all right, don't just buy links. Honestly, somebody like me comes in, one page like this. This page here is going to take over the front page of Google. It currently, if I were to go in here, and we're just gonna get rid of that. Let's just go. Really, my modifications were 3 months old. So let's just simplify the data, break it down to 3 months. We'll go in here and we'll just look up any kind of query around Daytona, right? Oopsie. Any search around Daytona. And so what this is going to tell us, right, is that I got 8,000 impressions in the last 3 months, and those impressions, those keyword phrases had the word Daytona in them, right? Click through is horrible. This is brand new, so we're developing right now. I'm taking over the higher up search on that first page of Google that I show up for those keyword phrases. I'm going to show them in a second. Average position doesn't really matter right now, right? Because we're building, right? So really what's important is impressions and clicks. Clicks aren't really happening because this is all reworking itself. So here's what I mean. Down here I have, let's go ahead. Let me hop up here one more second. Let me go up here. Let me do average position because that allows me to sort by position on Google. And so this tells me the keyword phrases that somebody is searching right now. Somebody's this in the last 3 months. Actually 55 different somebodies, not maybe different, could have been the same person 2, 3, 5, 10 times, but most likely 50 different people, right? Typed in content marketing South Daytona, right? into Google, into the search bar. And I was presented in the search result, probably as search result number 1, right? But I did not get to click through. Somebody sniped it through an ad or something, or somebody just scrolled right past me, whatever it is. But this tells me my data. So honestly, if you're not collecting data, you're not having nobody's building anything. All right, nobody's doing SEO. SEO leaves a fingerprint. It leaves a mark. It leaves a trail. It is trackable. It gives hints and clues and tells you shit that you absolutely positively must know, or you just have hired the wrong guy, right? And so check it out. Just a couple minutes, right? This is telling me the market right here. This is the market. And honestly, whatever you're building, I do the same thing for you. I'm doing this right now. This is what you're looking for. You're looking to test my skills. I'm telling you that I have a skill set. Just showed up in the search results for what you're looking for. I'm trying to convince you that you can do it 2 ways. You can do those ads, Facebook, whatever, Pinterest, Instagram, AdWords, or you can build something, right? And so again, this content changes, it modifies, it morphs, right? At the end of the day, this is what you're looking at. So I don't pay attention. This looks like a computer-generated thing. But this is what it tells me, this market. And this here is telling me my general position. This is I'm number 1 on Google. I'm number 2 on Google, right? And so I can come down here and I really could open this up into like 50, right? And you can see that, really this is showing me right here that I'm the last search result on the first page. Number 10, right? Number 12, that makes me the second page of Google, the second search result, right? Second page of Google, third search result, and so on and so forth, right? On average, for this keyword phrase, which was searched this many times in the last 3 months. Now, I can be very specific. If I'm making a whole bunch of changes to a page, which we are, right? In the next week, I'll be doing a much cleaner, targeted. I'll be not 3 months. I'll be looking at data over the last 7 days, right? I'll shrink that down, and over the next 7 days, I'll be critiquing this video being added to this page and having the SEO and the description done with this video, and see how this video amplifies my ranking for Daytona Beach Web Services, Daytona Beach Web Development, Daytona Beach SEO. There's those keywords again, that sneaky little rascal. And so, just know that that's how it's done, right? And so we're not there. I don't need to show you that. So, hopefully that makes sense, right? And so, honestly, people that don't know what they're chasing, or they're just chasing a couple of keywords, or they're just blindly shooting in the dark, somebody like me steps up into the world, and it's all over. So if you're a local company, I want you to know that most local, for me to take over the gutter cleaning world, honestly, I don't want to clean gutters. I don't want to do gutter repair. But here in the Daytona Beach, I'm outranking gutter cleaning companies. They've been around, 20 years. I literally took me less about 4 months to take that over. Honestly, if you're a professional, and you're a contractor, and you serve a demographic area, you are not statewide, nationwide. I want you to know it's simple. It's not hard. You should be able to take over your local search results. Just get up every day and make a video, take a picture every single day. Everything you do, like a YouTube channel, all right? And that's what I'm going to tell you. If you get involved with me, don't think you're just going to give me $99.95. I'm not a $99.95 kind of guy. I'm going to build you something, right? And so you're going to pay me big money over the next year, or actually hopefully over the next 5 or 6, 7, 10 years, right? And I'm going to build and build and build. And I'm going to show you build, and I'm going to build stats, and even though major disaster hit the world, a website really only costs like what? Honestly, my travel website cost me like $11 a year for the domain, and to sit it on a shared server, it cost me like $1 a month. So honestly, I got websites just sitting because the world is sitting, right? And it's not just this website. I probably have like 11 different things sitting, right? Not sitting. I probably have 6 active, the 7th that's kind of active, and then a couple that are just sitting, right? So I don't have a whole slow, but all that stuff serves me and serve anybody else. And so if you want somebody like me to do build and show, and you see that it's just started peeking in, I just don't know if I want to get back into all that. Anyway, I want you to know it's all about the web development. And so I showed you that, showed you this, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to change really up until today. The homepage really didn't have Daytona Beach here, right? Or, it's in a couple more places. I dropped it, dropped the keyword in a bunch of places, right? And so Daytona Beach has now been added to this page, and so I'm gonna put South Daytona, and I'll make sure that I also put in, the Daytona Beach shores. So in this content here, you're gonna see that this content, these statements, these paragraphs are all gonna shift in the next 24 hours, which is gonna retarget. Why? Okay, because I've already gone through the analytics and I know that I don't like this. For things like Ponce Inlet, right? I'm number one for 85 different things, right? In this case, I'm only on the first page for, oh my goodness, like 12 things, right? I'm only on the first page for 12 things. So that's why I'm making this video about Daytona Beach SEO, right? Because I need to move myself up. I'm doing better on the second and third page, right? Second and third page. So I'm going to go and really look through these keyword phrases here and see if any of them will need to be added to that content, right? To move me up in search. And so, again, website development versus just having somebody build a website. Build a website does nothing for you. All right. Buy some links does nothing for you. All right. Do a little content marketing. Great. Fantastic. To what end? Right. You've got to have all these different things in place. If you're going to play SEO, all right, in any kind of serious market, honestly, I'm telling you, most people can't even, you're trying to get into a certain market and you're like, oh, I'm going to get into this market. You better get your wallet out, because it's going to take somebody that's smart like me that's going to structure a plan before you just start throwing darts all over the place, right? Just hoping to hit something. I could save you a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of effort. Really, have a plan. Okay, hire somebody that's a strategist. Then you know what? We can, I'll be fair. I don't need to make all the money. Pay me a fair something, and at the end of the day, I'll make you a fair something, and we can sub out a lot of things. I'll make a little kicker off of subbing things out, making sure that they're not done by an idiot, right? And if they're done, they hit the mark that we're after, right? Because a lot of things are, like citations. There's a lot of things that can be done by a third party. Honestly, I would never build a website from scratch. Don't let somebody talk you into HTML and something together before you know. All right, don't reinvent the wheel. All right, there are plenty of plugins. I paid $5, $10. Sometimes I pay $49.95 for a plugin. I get to use it on every website I build, right? Something like Elementor and a free template that has all stripped down to where it's actually light, it's quick, and again, website development. You have a great website, but if it's slow and it never loads, and in your stats here inside your analytics is saying, oh my god, the bounce rate is just, people are 3 seconds on your website. I don't mind. Look at that, baby. Yeah, it's really good because you hanging around, and as you watching this video, that number's going up, baby. All right, so just know, as you develop a website, you're going to run into things where you like, you have beautiful, awesome website, yeah? Oh, yeah, I want to go to the beach. And so I want you to know, as you develop a website, stuff like this really hooks things up, right? Throw a video or throw a picture on a website. Sometimes it drops the load speed by like 3 seconds, and you know what? That kills sell. Anybody want to sell? Say you have 80% of my customers are coming through on a cell phone. Well, you just made one change and you killed your business, right? One video, I want to put a cool video up. Now, it's great if 80% of your customers are coming through on a laptop and they're on a wired connection. And again, without Search Console or Google Analytics, you can't see, you know, anything about these people, right? It tells you different engagement things. It tells you, which pages, on your website are getting time, which ones people are hanging around on, if any have a major problem, right? There's all these things show up inside your different stats, right? And as you go through them, and and again, what we're building right here in these first couple of tabs is this here, this, and obviously, as I look at the stats, there's not many yet, right? Because it's only 2 or 3 months, really. I'm only recurating it right now, but I want you to know, pay attention, because by the time you find this video, all right, these stats will have gotten much better, right? Because again, in the video, I'm building up a YouTube, building up a Pinterest, building up a Facebook, right? Building up a website, right? And all those things together add up eventually. And so I already know that, when I go and I search things in that market, right? So let's do that real quick. I'll show you what I mean. I can come here and I go here and I can go Daytona Beach SEO, right? If I pull that up, I can see that the search results, I have a couple people buying their way to the top, right? These four are paying, good money, right? To be at the tippy top. This is something that nobody else sees, that doesn't exist. That's my own data. Here's the maps, and maps are Google My Business, right? It used to be Google Places, right? Now it's Google My Business. See down here, you have this starts the generic search results. There's 10 of them, right? And so right here, I would take this website and I'd go and see how strong it is. Is it, is it strong? Is it not strong? Do I have a chance? Honestly, if it's a 50 and I'm a 7, I don't stand a chance, right? And I don't really want to do that, not live on the thing. We don't need to get into all of that. But honestly, I could go and I could actually take this website, right? This website, and that website, right? And I could tell you exactly, I could graph it. You could say they're this strong. This is how many links they have. This is their most powerful link, right? And on and on and on. And then from there, you have a strategic map and a plan on how you're going to go about you know, getting the same links, getting more links, and building up the different things that are going to give you, the shot at the hoop, right? If you can't get close enough to take a shot, you're never going to make a basket, right? But you can develop yourself to the point where you can make that shot. And so, no, that in some cases is not possible. In a local demographic, though, small roofing company, not small, you could attend, you could be across all of all of like Central Florida, right? That's not the point. The point is, well, you got to build a page for every one of those major demographics, right? And it can't be duplicate content. So none of my pages, none of these things here you see are going to be duplicates. They're all different. They're unique, and even though they're targeting similar keywords, the content is different. And that's what's important. You got to develop each resource up in each thing. So the bigger a company is, the harder it is to do that because it gets very repetitive and that content becomes very the same and people aren't very creative and they don't want somebody to do like this. Like everything will be very unique. The pictures will be unique. The videos will be unique, right? And on and on and on. You know. So that all being said, let me encourage you that before you get involved with SEO, all right, figure out, it's not something that pays right now, but once it starts creating a flow, it lends a whole bunch of things. And it creates more leads, right? It creates consistent flow, and it also lends to credibility. All right, so just imagine if you're buying an AdWords, right? And you're up here in this AdWords thing, you're in the top of the search, right? And so you're up here, I'm more apt to skip this, and so are most people. So something like 12% of searchers will click this, get trapped inside the ads, and that's just on average. Sometimes it's 16, sometimes it's 8, depends on the search and the market, right? That shifts. This again, you don't see. That's my own notes in the maps. I have not seen any data, but I think that traps a large percentage. So you have to be developing your Google My Business. And so I imagine, if that company, either one of them are probably up here. Are they up here? SEO, Sprout Media. No. So it would be beneficial if they were up there, or you know what I mean. So the idea is that Google's trying to take away from the generic people, and this guy's still probably making out. He's getting 30% or 28% of the overall volume in this market, and then it's going like 22, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1, 1, 1, right percent. And so yeah, as you go down the list, it gets worse and worse and worse. And so there you go. So that's my little gig. So I'm trying to get myself up here on the front page, for my primary. So the entire website of mine is the primary. It will be Daytona Beach SEO. Excuse me. So that all being said, let me welcome you to my service. You're looking for somebody to develop a website in the Daytona Beach area. Hope you'll check out my videos and you give me a chance to kind of impress you. All right, thanks for stopping by. Bowman Web Services doing Daytona Beach marketing, SEO, and website development. All right, take care. Have a great day. Later.